Thank you very much. This is the RM of Springfield meeting agenda, so-called as a committee of the whole. We're starting at 1 o'clock exactly. Today's date is February the 11th of 2025. I'd like to introduce the people here. Our CEO is to the left, Colleen. Our assistant CEO is assisting our controller, Roxanne. I just have to do a little bit of work here. Is no cell phones are allowed in the council chambers for videotaping. Place cell phones on vibrate, and the hats off, please. So if that's all understood there, I'll get the call of order made there. Mark?
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Point of order, Mr. Chair. I noticed you indicated that no cell phones are allowed to be in this chamber. I don't know where you get that. Can you be very specific about that for recording purposes?
It's in our procedural bylaw. It's only media.
No, it's not actually.
That is. It is.
It is not.
It is, Mark.
It's in section 11, the 15 rather. The media may not video record without 2 days notice.
Yeah, and the public aren't to have videotapes. It's disruptive to the council here.
Do you understand law, Mr. Chair?
You know, I don't take personal attacks lightly, but go ahead.
It's not a personal attack.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's for information, and it's for your knowledge.
My knowledge, okay.
Everything which is not prohibited is allowed. Everything is legal, but default unless there are common laws or statutory provisions proclaiming it.
You sound like you're reading it. Are you reading for something?
I am, because I did research before I came to this meeting.
Oh, okay.
And do you realize that in the law, you need to have prohibitions? You don't have to have requirements of what is allowed. We don't have a prohibition on video recording by public citizens. We have by the media, and that's allowed when they have 2 days notice, but it has nothing to do with the public. And for you to incite or for you to put in your own laws is unjust and unright. It's not in the procedures bylaw.
Well, it is.
Isn't. Where?
It states there that only the media are allowed, and they have to have 48 hours notice and have to be approved.
It doesn't say that, Mr. Mayor.
Well, it does.
Says
I'm trying to find it.
May audio video record it if they ask and seek permission 2 days in advance. It doesn't say the public. So don't read into the procedure bylaw something that's not there.
Well, we have for 2.5 years now.
Because you've done it wrong for 2.5 years doesn't make it right.
Well, it's I understand the person who had videotaped last time we were here. I guess this was on online. I heard there it was online. If we have 40 people with cell phones, it's just common sense. This is going to look like a concert hall here, lifting up cell phones. There's disruptive there. And that's the way I interpret it there, and I don't think anybody would interpret it otherwise. I stand to reason. If somebody else has a comment there, that's the way we've interpreted it since I've been here. So I don't see why
no, it isn't,
would be
Mr.
an issue.
Mayor.
Yeah,
it's not, no, because I've always said we should allow the public to record at any time because our procedures bylaw specifically does not prohibit the public. The media, it says requires permission. It does not say the public. And don't pretend it doesn't. Just because you've done it wrong for 2 years doesn't make it right.
You've never objected at any other time
I have
until...
objected. You know I've objected. Very clearly.
No, you made comment about it that we should change it. It's implicit in what you're saying there is that the public is not allowed to videotape. Otherwise, it's disruptive.
Unless the law, do you not understand the law? You're a police officer for how many years? Do you not understand the law?
Here we go. You're making it personal again.
You know how to enforce the law, but you don't know how to read the law, do you?
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. I only enforce the law. I never had to read it there. That makes sense.
Well, thank you for that clarity. So I challenge you, and I still stand that the public is allowed to record it.
No,
yes, they are.
Totally disagree.
Show me where it says it isn't.
I just told you what it was.
You told me something that's not there.
It is in there.
Can I ask the CEO to please read section 15? Where in there does it say the public? The public, and I mean specifically the public, not the media. The public is prohibited from recording this.
So unfortunately, I don't have the bylaw in front of me to read. I could search it, but I know that currently Right now, the bylaw states that the municipality will audio tape and record and post that on the website for the public. It also states that the media has to request 48 hours advance notice to record. So we did have a presentation from the province yesterday at a meeting we were at. Part of this was discussed, and their response was that if the public is allowed to, record meetings, it should be in your procedures bylaw.
Correct.
So our procedures bylaw is not clear whether they can or can't, and that's perhaps maybe something that council needs to discuss and clarify in the bylaw going forward.
Thank you. That's exactly right. If it's not there, it means they're allowed to. That's how law works. Do you need a law to say when you can go to the washroom? Of course not. You're looking at things that are like in the Torah, 600 laws, everything that you can do in terms of your daily procedure. This is not what we have. If it's not in the law, you are allowed to do it. You're not allowed to speed, are you?
I find that's just
What? What is it, Mr.
to infer that if it's not written there, then otherwise it's there.
Then
It's common sense and logic.
Go to law 101.
We have specified.
Go to law class 101.
Enough of that. Okay. We have specified there
No,
that
you
the
haven't.
media are not allowed.
The media,
They got to
I
have
agree with
48
you.
hours notice.
I agree with you.
Are we going to have to get into intricate details?
Of course.
This is a bylaw. No, we don't. This is a bylaw. It's common sense and logic. I could just imagine here. No, Daniel, put your hand down. This common sense. Put your hand down, Daniel. I don't know. You can keep it up there for an hour, but it's common sense and logic. If it's not in there, it's inferred through common sense that if we were to have 48 people here, or 43, whatever the number is, with cell phones videotaping, it's disruptive.
You're incorrect. And you're
Well,
inaccurate.
that's your assumption, and that's
No,
the
it's
way
not an
we've
assumption. That's the
interpreted it for
law.
2.5 years.
That's the law.
Well, it's not written in there, so that's the
Exactly.
way I interpret it, and I'll leave it up to council for their insight.
Good news is your interpretation is nothing.
Then we're going to have bylaws that are 400 pages long.
Exactly. If you need them, you have
No,
them.
you don't. That's
You should.
absolutely not. That's wrong, Mark.
Oh boy, here we go.
That's
Banana
absolute-
Ford again.
So I think I will maybe call the province and clarify what's the best step to take because I don't think this issue is going to go away.
No,
So
no.
we will try and clarify what's the best direction council should go.
Andy?
I want to point it out that when you, Mr. Mayor, was speaking to the public, you said, please put your cell phones on, so the phones don't ring only.
Right.
But you never stated to the public for over 2 years that they cannot tape it or record it.
Because I didn't think it'd have to, and it's only because of that one person there that was clearly videotaping there, and that was substantiated that it was on some media post there. This is supposed to be a structured chambers there. We can't have 43 cell phones here looking. It's disruptive. If people want to videotape, then please do so right now. Go on there and videotape the screen, but not in chambers. You can't wear hats in chambers either.
Which is
So now next rule gonna be leave your cell phone
No.
behind the doors?
could be.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like,
I guess
what
we have to have common sense.
what do we try to achieve by that? Limiting people,
No limiting.
not
There's
to even
rules.
come to this chamber because everybody can say, well, no, I'm not gonna leave my phone behind the door.
Okay, well, there's
If it's on the mute, your phone doesn't ring, then people can do with their phones. They're getting messages, everything. They can search, they can do whatever they want. It's their phones.
Glenn,
I recommend that we get clarity. I made the comment here on my sheet that we need to get clarity from the province, and let's go from there. Thank you.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Our interpretation is as it is now. Cell phones, we can't allow cell phones
Well,
in the
not until we
audience.
have clarity, that's right.
Okay. I just want to thank Deputy Mayor Glenn Fuel for chairing the Association of Rural Municipalities last Thursday and the Northeast Regional Forum yesterday. These two large events were very well organized by our CEO, Assistant CEO, IT departments and facilities. I want to thank them for their commendable work.
Point of order, Madam.
Okay.
Where does the mayor have the ability to insert items on the agenda verbatim? I can then go off and do a speech on my own if I want. But
We're not there at the approval of the agenda. I'm calling to order, and
you're
I
calling
want
to order,
to.
but you can't put preliminary comments in this. Like, what kind of, do you not know how
Here we
to run
go.
a meeting properly? When does this happen?
It just happened on Thursday and then yesterday, the forum. I don't think you were there.
I'm not asking when the form was. I said,
Oh, I thought
when
you
do you
said that.
get to run off and make these comments all the time? Whenever you so
I'm
choose
not
on the agenda.
running off,
If you want
Mark.
to add it to the agenda, we can add it to the agenda. But
Well,
you always
I
add these comments about this and that and everything else. I'm
Okay,
gonna
do you
start
want-
doing that and see if you like it.
Whatever. It takes a great team to do this, and especially since the deputy mayor for doing a fantastic job. Deputy mayor will continue to fulfill my duties and that of the RM till I recover from my condition. And that's it for the call to order.